Hot Stove Weekly on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. It's time to focus on the 2026 championship season. Get the latest on free agent signings, trades, the front office, and the fans. It's Hot Stove Weekly with Tommy Wirtz. Here's the franchise Tim Allen.
First pitch swinging, sent deep out into center field. Back it goes. And this one is gone. Akil Baddoo. That's why he was signed to a one-year deal in the offseason. 430 feet to straightaway center.
Yeah, there we go. The sounds of Brewers baseball. And you're going to get them right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome in, Brewers fans. It is another edition of Hot Stove Weekly. There's Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen, and we are underway in the 26 championship season. Well, sort of. I mean, we do have baseball games going on.
Oh, I'm counting it. We're underway, man. I mean, we're going to spring training next week. Tim, what do you mean?
That's right. We'll be broadcasting live all next week from Phoenix, Arizona, and bringing you the latest of what's going on with the Milwaukee Brewers each and every weeknight, Monday through Friday of next week, 5 until 7. Show called Spring Training Live. It is brought to you by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And we'll bring you behind the scenes a little bit. We'll talk to the players, coaches, the manager, the GM. We'll get to as many people as we can get, even the kettle corn guy that's selling the kettle corn at American Family Fields of Phoenix. And I say that, Tommy, because that's the first thing you smell when you get into that park.
Yeah, I get it. It's like the roasted nuts when you get into the stadium, except it's kettle corn now. What is your favorite part about spring training that's a difference than regular season games up at American Family Field?
Well, I don't know if it's different or not, but I do make it a point to have nachos with jalapenos at every park I'm at.
Every park.
Every single park.
Do you have a ranking system for this? Or
no? I think the in Scottsdale, the Giants Stadium is. I think they probably would rank up toward the top. It's more simplistic at American Family Fields of Phoenix, although it is good. I think the peppers there make it a little bit better. But yeah, I just rank it that way. Plus, most times, if I'm in the stadium, I mean, you got jalapenos, you got to have a beer or two.
Right. Wash it down.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, you get a little thirsty. But yeah, we're going to have spring training live for you each and every weeknight next week. So tune in for that. We'll take your calls too, as well as tonight. We're going to get you a recap here in just a bit of things you may have missed since the Cactus League games got going. And they started on Saturday. So we'll get to that in just a second. But I was reading some articles, Tommy, some months ago about baseball and radio, how they are just so connected, whether that's the game itself or the conversation surrounding it.
I love that because I mean, it goes back so far, right? And it goes back even farther than you think, Tim, where I remember learning that the first games being broadcasted on the radio for baseball, it wasn't like you couldn't have radios in baseball stadiums, right? So they would actually Morse code from baseball stadiums.
That's right.
To radio stations, and they would reenact it by like slapping two pieces of wood together to say, oh, there's a hit, right? And it's like they are reading from the Morse code and broadcasting at the same time.
It's just amazing the programming that goes with the game of baseball, the pregame shows, the postgame shows, the feature shows, the spring training live, this show right here, the Hot Stove shows. All of these things, they play a part. And if you watch MLB Network, they're no different, obviously. They've got all these different shows lined up. And Mike, my buddy Mike in Flagstaff, I'm hoping he's at American Family Fields of Phoenix, having never met him, but we're just buddies over email back and forth. Mike, I'm hoping to meet you next week at the park. But he emailed me probably a couple of months ago, and we were talking about Bob Uecker, and it got him to thinking about what he listened to and when. So, somewhat cynically or facetiously, he started out with this Walkman, boombox. Oh, such modern technology. So, I mean, when it did get to the, and I know, Tommy, you're a little bit younger on this stuff, but when that came in, the boom boxes or your Walkman, that was huge. That
Walkman,
was,
I feel like I had the CD player, so I know the
Okay,
idea
yeah.
of Walkman. But
Yeah.
boombox, no, I never was that cool. No, that was
Same concept.
yeah, I got you.
same deal. How about these? He says, Big Aqua RCA bedroom stereo. Okay.
No, not there. That's
and-
all. It's
and-
like speaking Spanish to me right now.
Okay, and he put on there listening to Don Money's Grand Slam that wasn't. There was a timeout called in the miniseries in '81 against the Yankees, and Don Money hit a grand slam. It got called back, if you will. So he was telling me, listen to that on that big bedroom stereo system. Faking sick to stay home from school to listen to spring training games. Okay, I get you there. I didn't go that far, but I didn't have to. My parents would just let me skip whenever I wanted. When it came to Brewers baseball, and don't judge my parents on this, but they allowed me to just about every year skip school on opening day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done that before. I feel like I did that for the first time, like my junior year of high school, something like
Okay.
that. Like once I could be the person who was taking myself, yeah, my parents were like, "Go for it, go ahead."
For me, it was 9th grade. I mean, 8th grade, maybe.
Yeah,
Because back then we had junior high.
right. With
high school.
with the boys or with the fam, or what were you doing?
No, with some dudes.
Yeah.
Just some older guy had the license, and here I think the statute of limitations has run out.
Yeah, you're good now.
But I mean, literally back then at County Stadium. Oh man, I've admitted this one other time. It was a 12-pack of beer
Mm-hmm.
for a bunch of 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
That was normal back then. Yeah.
All we did, Tommy, you just literally put a sweatshirt over the 12-pack and carried it like a briefcase. It just walked in.
Right. Yeah. No, there was no metal detectors walking in
No.
to check for
No.
beer cans or anything there. No.
Mike goes on, falling asleep to late night baseball with Bob and Merle. Here's another one. Channel Master, primary portable outdoor unit for the backyard. Bob Coluccio's 1973 Grand Slam. He heard on it, with Euchre calling him the Macaroni Pony. How about Hank's 1976 walk-off, fights with Reggie Jackson? Now, this one I can relate to. Small GE earplug transistor radio. On that, he heard the 1980 Sixto Lezcano Grand Slam while in math class. Spring training games while walking home from school. Updates on this little GE earplug radio. Updates on Brewer games in church.
I mean,
Praise the Lord,
yeah,
man. Praise
have
the
fun
Lord.
in hell listening to Brewers games.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, other observations here early on. We're not even a week into Cactus League game action. One thing I noticed, Tommy, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but bringing their pitchers along super, super slow.
Yes. That
What is that all about?
I think that it goes back to a couple of different things where you have a lot of time. And let's push the timetable back, okay? Go back to last year in the 2025 season, Tim, and Jose Quintana wasn't ready to go day one, and he was a March 4th, I believe, signing when he came in, right? And looking at that, well, it pushed him back towards the regular season because they wanted to make sure he was up and going. Now they have games that are, in hindsight, meaningless for most of these guys to get ramped up during this period. Yeah, well, they're going to bring along everyone very slow. And
About that same time, Tobias Myers got hurt.
yes.
Right around that exact same time. And Tobias Myers, we got to remember, when we roll that clock back, Tommy, coming off of the prior year, Tobias Myers, whoa. I mean, Brewers were counting on him last year.
Game 3 starter.
Absolutely. And did it come to fruition? Not to Myers or the Brewers standards for him. And then consequently, he was traded in the Peralta deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do think there's a hidden motive here somewhere. Maybe we'll get at Pat Murphy next week and just get some details on that. It makes sense, but because if you're looking at some of these pitching ledgers, the pitching lines, you're seeing the Brewers pale in comparison to some of these other teams. There's a lot of pitchers, even less than a weekend, going 2. I saw a couple of pitchers go 3 innings already, Tommy.
I have, looking at just the list from what we've had so far, over the last 3 games or so from the Milwaukee Brewers, I'm seeing one pitcher, if I remember this correctly, went more, actually including today. They ramped it up a little bit. DL Hall went 2 innings today. 2. If you didn't hear, Brewers did win right before we got on here, 5-1 in their game against the Texas Rangers today. But DL Hall and Aaron Ashby both went 2 innings today. They had Ashby open up. Yesterday, it was Carlos Rodriguez, who was the first pitcher so far to even get 2 innings worth of work so far, Tim.
Yeah, so I think there's reason for that, and I would say last year would be the reason why.
Yeah.
I mean, what did Murphy talk about? Decimated by injuries in the starting staff.
Well, and it was Aaron Savali last year. There were other, big time guys that they were relying on, and that's how they found most of them, right? And it was all throughout the year. That's why you can look in 2026 and see the depth that this Milwaukee Brewers team has. It's because they were able to figure out a lot about a lot of guys early in 2025.
Welcome Tyler Alexander and Elvin Rodriguez.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
That was tough.
I erased Elvin Rodriguez from my brain. Like that one, you unlocked like a bad core memory. Like you bringing the beers in was me, but my beers fell when I thought of Elvin Rodriguez's name.
You spilled your beer.
Spilled it everywhere.
He just ran across his name not that long ago, just a few weeks ago. He signed with somebody. Yeah, so he's playing.
Is it in America? Like, is he playing in the MLB?
Oh yeah,
wow.
yeah. Might have been the Angels.
All right. Well, looking at it, sure. Looks like Baltimore. Maybe
Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah. No, Tigers. Sorry, Tigers. The photo is in Baltimore, but he is on the Tigers. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be right after Skubal and Framber Valdez.
That's right.
It's a big 3 over there with Elvin Rodriguez.
And speaking of former Brewers, I see that Rhys Hoskins, how the mighty have fallen, at least his pocketbook has.
Yeah.
Did you see what he signed with the Guardians for?
So it was a minor league deal.
I want to say it was like $2 million.
Yeah, and that's coming off the 2-year $34 million from the Brewers, right?
17 a year to go to. It might have been even less than
1.5 is the deal I got here with Cleveland.
Wow.
Did you think it was worthy of that big of a drop off? I mean, Rhys Hoskins at the beginning of the year last year was the Brewers' best player.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he was the only guy who could get a hit, and never one bad complaint about him in the locker room. A guy whenever he had media availability, was another guy who you always saw really loved the city of Milwaukee, talked about the fans, great clubhouse guy. Obviously, he loses his job last year, but that wasn't necessarily even because he was playing so poorly. It was Andrew Vaughn. You got to get his bat in the lineup.
Yeah, and he was. I read the quotes the other day about that. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he wasn't happy about it, but he understood it.
Right. Who would be happy about losing their job in any capacity?
That's right. And you shouldn't be. And these competitors are not real pleased with that. Although I got to say, now that he's gone, it didn't appear that Rhys and I got along real well.
Oh, really?
Something didn't click there. And, that's going to happen. I attempted a feeble attempt at a joke. And he wasn't going there.
Well,
no.
If he needs to hear anything, this was Andrew Vaughn a couple of days ago.
1-1 pitch hit in the air, very deep to left field. Laureano going to turn and watch, and there is some of that sock that you're talking about. First home run of the spring for Andrew Vaughn, a no-doubter. And a 2-0 lead for the Brewers here in the first.
Let me know if you get a Reese Hoskins highlight anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. Counting on Andrew Vaughn to be a solid player. And he doesn't have to be the world beater, but he needs to be a solid player.
Yeah, he needs to be serviceable. I think if you get what you got out of Vaughn to an extent and Bowers last year, like we knew this going into this season. It's the platoon at first base that makes it seem like the Brewers have it figured out at the 3 spot.
Let's get you up to speed on what's going on with the Brewers and their Cactus League action. Things got underway as you're tuned in now to Hot Stove Weekly here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We go back to Saturday. It was a special day because Brewers were on the air, and it's like the first rite of spring, and however you want to put it. It didn't matter the weather. It's just you put your mind into that summer mode of baseball. But Saturday, it was a loss to the Guardians 9-6. Some notes on that game. Jackson Chourio, Brandon Lockridge, each with multi-hit games. Look at that, Chourio right out of the chute in that lineup.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that. Lockridge with a home run, his first of 2. Early on in this Cactus League action. Also, just a little tidbit, Jackson Chourio faced his younger brother, Jason Chourio, in that game, who's a farmhand for the Guardians.
I'm excited to see what he can do if he's anything like Jackson, right?
Well, Acuna's little brother is sort of
not Acuna. Yeah, right.
So sometimes the DNA works and other times it doesn't.
Yeah.
Next day, split squad action on Sunday. A couple of losses, 7-3 loss to the Royals, and the White Sox took care of the Crew 5-2. Gasser, DL Hall with scoreless innings. William Contreras had an RBI double. Against the White Sox, Logan Henderson, a scoreless inning. You just heard Andrew Vaughn hit a home run. Brock Wilken had a home run in that game as well against against the White Sox.
Excited to see what Brock Wilken can do with third base being so up in the air right now, too. Just a guy that maybe doesn't crack the opening day roster, but again, we've talked about third base last year and the uncertainty at the beginning of the year the Crew had. That's a guy that, when you're a first-round pick and you've played a few years of college ball, you can be on a fast track. And if it's going to be anyone who gets the first shot at it, I think it would be Brock Wilken. Was doing great last year until he got banged up in the minor leagues, and the Brewers spent the high draft pick on him for a reason. They like his pop, man, on the corner.
I think it was yesterday or the day before a ball ate him up at third base. So we'll see. You're right, though, Wilken. You start to take inventory of some of these top draft choices for the Brewers. Let's just say the last 8 years. And there's been some misses there.
Oh, man. You remember Corey Ray? Gosh, Corey Ray was going to be the savior of this franchise, Tim. I swear he was. And just never really got it. Never really got it done. I think that's probably going back a decade now at this point. But yeah. I get you. I mean, but on the other hand, like, that's how you get your Sal Freliks. That's how you get your Garrett Mitchells. That's and then there's one more I'm missing that I can't off the. Oh, Bryce Terang.
Bryce,
yeah, another first round pick as well. And Tim, I got some sound here. Tyler Black, you remember him? He was a comp pick that was near the end of the first round. He's been having a phenomenal spring so far. He's 8 for 12 to start it off. He's gotten at least one of all the homers, triples, doubles. He's had a great start. Had the 6 RBI game the other day as well. And he talked a little bit with the Brewers beat as well about his quick start in spring.
Your goal in the offseason was maybe to kind of focus on doing a little bit more damage moving forward. Obviously, that's a good first step, but how did you approach that and try to accomplish that in the offseason?
There's been a lot of things. I think a lot of it's mental too. For sure, made some mental adjustments with my approach, and then
he was completely
get my swing
lost.
In a good spot. I'm just trying to
last spring training. It was hard to watch.
Was that a good? I mean, it's a good time to have that mentality going into.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. So obviously, good timing for sure with the tournament coming up.
How did you accomplish that though? Was it just like seeing pitching in the off season or
getting ready?
Cage work, yeah.
I mean, I stuck to my routine. There's kind of some new stuff I was working on, but just sticking with the process and coming to spring, being ready, getting my body in shape and getting stronger and, getting my swing in a good spot. So.
I mean, it's kind of like on his last legs, it feels like right now for Tyler Black too, Tim.
Maybe, but I mean, there's been some times even at the big league level where, gosh, it looked a little lost there. And I think he hit it on the head. It seemed to me, he's got talent. It seemed to me it was between the ears here. And you figure that out, get yourself a little confidence, and you're seeing that come to fruition here. Monday, another loss, 7-5 to the Padres. Vaughn and Lockridge with that second home run of the spring, and Vaughn homered. Ortiz, this is interesting. Joey Ortiz, a multi-hit game. But I think the story is the exit velo on those hits. They were remarkable. The numbers, 107, I forget what the other one was, but he was squaring up baseballs. Something fierce on Monday. Pitchers in that game, Easton McGee, Abner Uribe, and Craig Yoho, all scoreless innings. Ortiz, by the way, you talk about a web jam, I don't know what they're calling it now, highlight reel, whatever you want to call it. He had an amazing play on Monday in that game.
Yeah, Joey Ortiz is doing Joey Ortiz things still, too, also with some highlights in the defensive side.
1-2 from Yoho. And a nice diving play by Ortiz at short. 2 away.
Ortiz can certainly do that.
It was Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yeah, certainly he can.
On the Padres TV call. So, yeah, good start for Joey Ortiz. Let's see. Then finally, a win came on Tuesday. 10-zip shutout over the Las Vegas A's. Big note on that game. We just heard from him. Tyler Black, a 3-hit game. Had 6 RBIs in a rare 3-run single.
Yeah,
that game.
That's so weird when you see that, right? But that just, you know what that means? That's just Brewers baseball, Tim. Like, that's so Brewers to get a 3-run single.
Well, now I read McCalvy's tweet on that, and I haven't had time to really dig into. Has anyone in Brewers history had a 3-run single in Cactus League action?
Wow, I mean,
but I think he referred to like 1974 or something. And I thought Contreras had one. Honestly, I really thought he did the last couple of years.
Tim, I might be a sicko. I don't know who's hitting 3-run triples in spring training. I can't help you on this, man.
3-run singles.
Sorry, 3-run singles in spring training. Yeah, I'm useless right now. You want me to Google that? Like, Gemini's going to blow up if I try to find this.
But it just appeared to me that it was a 3-run single for William Contreras. Maybe it was an opponent. I would hate to say that it was Wilson.
Oh, okay.
But it could have been. It was one of those situations where it was it wasn't a screamer to right, but it was sort of it wasn't a high fly ball either, but it had some depth to it. And so the runner, the hitter had to wait. Yeah, I mean, you got to wait. You can't just force the issue. It's going to be a double or triple play if it's caught. And then the ball bounded away, and for whatever reason, the outfielder just threw into second to keep the hitter at first.
Sure.
I thought it happened in a Brewers game. I'm going to question my memory on that.
Well,
anyway,
the reason I had said triple is because it's nice to see some newcomers doing something around here. And when you trade away Freddie Peralta, you want to know what your return is right away. And Jet Williams with a big triple in his spring training debut.
Williams puts a charge into that one, trying to find the alleyway in left center field, and he will. Sanchez has scored. Hamilton is racing home. Williams is on his way to third base. It is a 2-run triple.
11 seconds from home to third.
I was going to say, watch him run.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know what I could do. Like, I don't know if I'm getting to first base in 11 seconds there, let alone get to third base.
Oh, man. Brewers at that point with the win, their first win, 1-4. And then yesterday, they followed that up with a win, a 13-12 victory. Typical Cactus League game right there. 13-12. Greg Jones with a walk-off sac fly in the bottom of the ninth inning. Brewers were down 8-1 in that game yesterday. Big day for Bryce as he had a couple of hits, both of them home runs, one a grand slam. Like the at-bat from Jackson Chourio with the bases loaded, nobody out situation, worked an 11-pitch walk. Day before, or 2 days before that, Bryce Terang had a 14-pitch walk.
Yeah.
So you like the eye at the plate for these guys. And there's up until today, what's going on with the Brewers. By the way, worth mentioning, Jesus Madej, a couple of hits yesterday as well. Brewers with 2 wins earlier today. Aaron Ashby got the start in a Brewers 5-1 victory. So what are we sitting at now? 3-4?
Brewers, 3-4 right now. Heading into some more Cactus League play.
We'll take that, and we'll take a break here. If you guys want to jump in here, we'll make room for you. Talk some Brewers baseball here on Hot Stove Weekly. It is on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome back, guys. Talking Brewers baseball live in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And another programming reminder at this point, if you're tuned in now and you haven't heard, all of next week we'll be doing spring training live. It's a 2-hour program, 5 until 7 p.m. Each and every weeknight, Monday through Friday. Next week, live from Phoenix, Arizona. We'll get into that clubhouse. We'll get into the stadiums, and we'll talk to some players, and we'll bring all that information to you guys behind the scenes. Murphy, I'm a little concerned for you, Tommy.
For me?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Murphy's initiation of you with me. Now, you may have talked to him before, but
right.
But with me, I think he takes some liberties. So be careful.
Oh, what did you do?
I know.
Yeah.
He'll
Tim,
get me.
like, this is everyone I ever meet with you. I was kind of hoping Pat Murphy would be easier.
Normally it would be. No, it's fun. It'll be fun. We'll talk to Murphy. We'll bring you the highlights also. And one of my favorite things out in Arizona over the years has been the morning briefing from the manager.
Yeah.
And the schedule, we get into the clubhouse early, and the players trickle in. They'll have breakfast. They'll play cards. They'll get their game plan for going to do some BP, who's throwing lives, etc. And the press is there for all of that fun, I guess. And right after that, though, there's a little delay where you kind of smoke break. And then head into the manager's briefing, and that's where the press pool the beats and we can all get in there and just fire questions. And as you guys know, over the years under Pat Murphy, his press conferences, it's a crapshoot. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's a total wild card, and I believe it was it last week, Wednesday, the last time we worked together when the news broke that Pat Murphy got his extension,
yes.
Right? So
yep.
in the meantime, if you haven't heard it, he did speak on the relief of getting a contract done before the season.
I mean, I think it's important to know where you're going to be. And I really didn't have any doubt that this was going to work out. I'm really grateful, really thankful. You don't realize it because you're part of the baseball world, so you don't really know. But I really feel lucky driving to work every day. I feel lucky this is what I do for a living. I feel lucky that someone says yes, yeah, we want you to be in this position for our organization. I do. I feel lucky. I feel fortunate. I know how tough it is to get here, but I think with it becomes a responsibility, and it just kind of, I didn't need to be certain that I was wanted. I didn't need this to happen. I just felt like it probably is the best to get it done, and I don't want to be with any other organization. I feel really connected. It's going on my 11th season. I feel really part of it, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
I mean, are you crying over there, Tim? I might be crying.
Well, that's the key, that final line there. I feel that this is where I'm supposed to be. Guys, with over a decade now in Milwaukee, he is anchored to Brewers baseball. So let's see what happens in the ensuing years here and see if the, quote, success continues. And I got to be careful with how people define success. But he is anchored to the point where in Brewer lore or annals of Brewers history, I mean, he's going to be up there. He's not necessarily at the top. He's not George Bamberger by name yet, or Harvey Keene, or even Craig Counsell to a degree. But if you're going to surpass those types of guys, if you're going to surpass those names, this is how you start it. This is exactly what you do to surpass those names and end up, as a household name when it comes to being in and around Brewers baseball. It's now I looked, they don't really report, the Brewers do. They've done a nice job not reporting on contracts and details and things like that. But I thought I had read, Tommy, that it was somewhere around $8 million Additional money?
Yeah, additional money. So I believe that he was making, it was like an estimated of $3.5 million a year being the manager of the Brewers, and they're going to just add on like $3 million each year then to that, because it's $9 million of additional money. So it turns out to $6.5 million a year or something to be a part of the Brewers organization. And it's a 2-year extension with a club option 3rd year. And I know it's been reported as like a 3-year extension. Again, all signs.
It's a new deal.
If Murphy is going to continue to do what Murphy is, he is on a 3-year deal. Yes.
Yes. It's a fresh new deal. But my goodness, if again, put yourself in that situation. If you were Pat Murphy, bench coach, I don't know what the going rate for bench coaches is.
Oof, it's a lot less than $6.5 million, right?
Oh, a lot less.
A lot less.
And if you'd have told Murph 8 years ago, pick a year, that dude, at some point you're going to be making $6 million a year to manage this team. Bad even. Wow. You would have taken that in a heartbeat.
Right. You want me to scrub the toilets as the manager as well here? Because I'll do that. He's probably got some awesome tricks up there in the contract too. I'm sure he hooked his kids up, right? His kids can go wherever they want in the stadium. They already could anyway, but like the family man that he is and trying to make everyone have a good time. It's Pat Murphy.
He's quite the story.
He is the story. He is quite the story.
He is, including the age difference between his oldest and youngest child.
Good for Pat.
That tells me something about Murph.
Do you know what's even more fun is his son-in-law is Pedro Alvarez. I found that out last year or 2 years ago, and I was like, that's awesome. That's crazy how small baseball is.
Yeah, how you choose to pitch to Pedro Alvarez in a clutch situation.
Throw it at his head.
Oh, my goodness. Smoked the Brewers with a couple of key hits over the years. No question about it. So, all right. So Murph locked in and ready to go. If you guys want to jump in here, Nicolay Law Talking text line at 414-677-1250. That's 414-677-1250 if you want to talk some Brewers baseball. And that being said, we'll say hello to Bill, Captain Bill in Iron River, Wisconsin. What's going on, Bill?
Hey, Tim. Good talking to you again. I'm really looking forward to this season.
Oh, man. You know what? I think about you a little bit here and there. Whenever I get to thinking about better weather and Brewers baseball, I think about you sitting on your deck out back having a cigar and a glass of scotch or something.
Crown Royal.
Crown. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, I'm really looking forward to this season. They've got some studs in that farm system, and some of them are showing. I know it's spring training, but these guys don't. It doesn't seem like the game's too big for them.
No, and Bill, it's another year of a lot of guys that were just trying to prove themselves last year, right? I mean, look what you saw out of just Terang at the second half of last year. Who's to say that something can't happen like that with Sal Frelick to take a little bit of a jump and Garrett Mitchell being healthy, hopefully, and the rotation is awesome right now.
It is. They got a great rotation. They've got good pitchers at AAA by the looks of it, and I'm really looking forward to listening to you guys post game and have a good season.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, you're part of it, so we look forward to talking to you, Bill, throughout the season. That is super cool. Are we gonna have time to get to Woody this segment?
No, I'll hit the music and we'll do it on the other side.
Yeah, let's just hold off on that a bit. Again, if you guys want to jump in here, Woody, is he gonna start opening day? I mean, the seniority says yes. Will the body say yes? We'll find out. Another edition of Hot Stove Weekly, and again, yes, we're on video. So you can get used to me saying this. I don't like it.
Every time you're going to say it?
I don't know. Maybe not every time.
You're on a hitting streak right now. That's for sure. You're on pace for DiMaggio with how much you hate.
I do have one of my favorite shirts on, though. Yeah. Don't tell them what it is. Okay. You got to go look at it.
Right.
To see what do you think my favorite shirt would be? Well, how do they get there? How do they see it on video?
YouTube.com/@WI Sports Radio. Otherwise, Twitter as well, WI Sports Radio on Twitter if you want to follow us along on video as well.
Hot Stove Weekly live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, talking Brewers baseball tonight. Tommy words. Tim Allen was out to lunch today and ran into Mike, longtime listener Mike, in the restaurant. Tim Allen, where can I find you? What happened? Where are you? Well, you found us. You found us. If you're within the sound of our voices right now, congratulations. In Milwaukee, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. You can check it out on the free Odyssey app as well. Post-game coverage with Tommy and myself. This is almost a show tonight that is like a pregame show for the Phoenix broadcast.
Right.
And again, I'm not one, and you guys know this, I'm not one to just squawk about what great weather we have in Phoenix. I've always disliked that when broadcasters have done that. And I'm sitting here with it's 22 degrees and you're flaunting that it's 88. So don't count on that next week. But we will just give you a quick weather forecast if weather plays a part in our baseball out there, because it has. I remember Sparky and I one year, we were headed over to, I want to say, Hohokam at that time. Were the Cubs playing there? I think the Cubs, that was their old stadium. And it literally, Tommy, was 33 degrees and sleet.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
And they canceled the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can be a little dicey, as you could say, a little testy at times.
Well,
but
looking ahead, again, not trying to brag, but looking ahead, it looks all right.
Does look okay.
Us. Yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that part, for sure.
We'll bring you everything we can with regards to Brewers baseball. Tommy loves the Brewers as much as I do, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun here during the 2026 championship season with post-game coverage. I did find out today we're going to be out and about as well.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more so than ever.
Well, and on top of that, we only ever talk about post-game when we're talking about Brewers baseball with each other, but I mean, we got the leadoff show too. I'll have pregame coverage an hour before each and every Brewers game, as well as then we'll have the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. I mean, you have no other station going all in on the Brewers like we are here over at the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Last year, I don't know if Sparky gave you this information. And again, by no means do I want to knock where I used to work. And now I say their pregame show, but I used to tell Sparky behind the scenes, we worked for competitors, but we still talk, And I said, hey, tell that Tommy that I'm stealing material from him from his pregame show. I loved it, Tommy.
Good.
And if the post-game show can bring an additional audience to the pregame show, fine. But I will just tell you this. I was a listener of that pregame show.
Well, it was a lot of fun. It was my first year doing it, and I'm going to play the hits the same way we did it last year. A lot of sound, a lot of sounders going off, just trying to get you as much information about the game before the game actually starts. I mean, we're all about having fun on these shows, but I like to think you learn something once in a while. And at least inform you of what's going on. Not that I've come up with any of these amazing ideas for the most part.
Your farm report, your wagering world with Austin down at Potawatomi Sports.
He'll be back again. We have the full lineup coming back. Yeah,
it is cool. It is, guys, and I not just because it's a show that's on the same station I work on. It's because I believe in that product. And as I said, behind the scenes, I was listening to that show almost the entire year.
Well, that's great. Love to hear that. I love that you loved it. And I'm sure that we will get some audience coming over from the post-game show to listen to the pre-game show. And then after last pitch, you make the switch right back. I mean, it's going to be an awesome 26 season. And again, it really starts to feel real now, Tim, because we can actually talk about baseball that has happened.
That's right. There's no question about it. And it's almost like, I remember Euchre over the years talking about that, how fresh and vibrant it is in the spring when it comes to baseball. It's just like you're watching black and white TV and it goes to HD color.
Mm.
It goes from your tube TV, black and white, to this 80-incher on the wall, and it just blasts in. And wow, there's baseball coming. Did you see the Brewers? Real quick note here before we take a break, and I promise you we'll get to Brandon Woodruff. Did you see that the Brewers are bringing back community nights?
Oh, no.
I didn't know that they got rid of them. I mean, shame on me for not knowing this, but I still remember as a kid, it's Kenosha night at County Stadium, Kenosha night at the Brewer game, Racine night or Wausau night or whatever. I didn't know that they didn't do that anymore.
I guess I didn't know that they left either. Now that you say it out loud like that.
And you wonder where they went, why they went. Who cares? But they're back.
They're back.
I think it's smart. I think it's kind of cool. So, all right, we'll take a break. Come back. Who is the opening day starter? If it's not Brandon Woodruff, if it's not him, do you just turn Mizorowski loose? You let the steady Freddie, not Peralta, but a steady guy in Quinn Priester go? Keep that sinker down, get a bunch of ground ball. We'll talk about it after the break here. Still an hour to go. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. We are live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Hot Stove Week.
Latest on the crew. It's time for Hot Stove Weekly on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. It's time to focus on the 2026 championship season. Get the latest on free agent signings, trades, the front office, and the fans. It's Hot Stove Weekly with Tommy Wirtz. Here's the franchise Tim Allen.
Hot Stove Weekly, it's your weekly fix of Brewers baseball conversation. There's Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You know, I had a buddy of mine tuned in. He always he's like a vulture. I mean, you make one misstep and, he'll get you.
Oh, Sparky, hey?
that too. You didn't do a promo.
Whoa.
Wow. No, he had said, I thought you didn't listen to other Brewers programming. Now, to a degree, that's true. And I've admitted this over the years. I like to keep my opinions myself. So when someone's going to talk about, who should be the opening day starter, just for example, I don't want my opinion swayed in any way. However, when it's informational, like a Tommy Wirtz pregame show, a leadoff show, that's more informational. That's not really opinion-based, right?
Yeah, it was much more informative for the hour as opposed to me saying what I felt most of the time. Yeah.
Correct. And the other,
tried to be at least.
I guess the other reason I would listen is if there was a player or a manager or a coach on.
Yeah, a lot of sound on that show from either the night before, the day of, with Pat Murphy being on there as well. It's gonna be great. I mean, I definitely use them to fill, and they're talking. I want to give you guys what the players are saying, what the manager is saying. I want you guys to feel immersed and like you are talking with these members of the Milwaukee Brewers. It's not my job to be the guy who tells you how to feel about every Brewer game. I want you to develop opinions on that Brewer game going into it.
Now, I don't mind some help. And I think Brewer fans, the post gamers, if you will, we've always kind of banded together to get an end result. So, I mean, I don't necessarily take offense if someone says, "Oh, Timmy, you got Johnny Briggs' number wrong." Ed Sprague, it was Ed Sprague Sr. It wasn't Ed Sprague Jr. Number 29, by the way, Sprague.
Tony Gwynn Jr., what was his number, Tim? I have no clue.
Was it 1?
No, didn't they have 1 retired for Bud?
They did at some point. What was Gwynn Jr.'s number?
Tony Gwynn Jr.'s number with the Brewers. Looks like it was 20-something here. I'm just looking at the photos now. Let me get it right here. His number with the Brewers.
22? I think it was 22, wasn't it?
Just shows his age here. I mean, the Baseball Reference page. I'm in shambles right now, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm in shambles. I have that wasn't Bill Hall. No, Bill Hall was 2.
2.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a photo of Tony Gwynn in a Brewers uniform existing on the internet right now, based on these searches.
Great dude, though. A great guy.
Odyssey and MLB Insider too. So he jumps on 22 with the Brewers. You had it, Tim. You're all over it. You're all over it.
And a great guy, great kid. I mean, he give you all the time in the world. And he's pretty good at what he does too as a broadcaster. I was listening to him over the weekend. All right, so we'll get to Brandon Woodruff here. And as we started out the show, the Brewers, by design, are bringing their pitchers along, I think, a lot slower than normal. But that's going to come with some ramifications here. Garrett Stallings is going to get pounded for 7 or 8 runs. I mean, it was like BP the other day. Was that yesterday? Yeah. And so a big list of minor league pitchers, they do get some valuable playing time this spring as opposed to other springs. But Woody is happy with where he's at now, and we'll play you some of his comments. He's been throwing. There's been really no pain. It's been somewhat normal, from what I understand, off season for him. But Tommy, real quick before we hear from him, he is the target to start opening day, correct?
Well, I wouldn't even call it target. I think expectation was there a little bit too, Tim. Like Brandon Woodruff is he's the most tenured Brewer right now on the team. He's probably been the most talented pitcher when out there the last couple of seasons as well, since Corbin Burns has left. And there was real arguments for him to be in this ace position when he came back from that. And he played like an ace last year. He pitched like an ace. And there were serious arguments of Freddie Peralta versus Brandon Woodruff, and health was the only thing that was separating them. And the hope was 2026, the health would be more on par with Freddie Peralta's.
But it begs the question, if not Woody, then who?
Mm-hmm.
But first, let's hear from Brandon Woodruff, as he had quite a bit of information for you guys from Arizona.
Give us a feel of where you feel you're at as you're getting ready.
I'm in a good spot. It's crazy. I try to compare how it was at this point last year compared to now. It's two totally different things. So, which is exciting for me. It's and as you get older, you learn your body better and realize what things are important to get ready for a season and what's not. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to get ready for a full healthy season, and but I'm doing good. So I'm in a good spot and just trying to build off that.
Okay, I'm going to pause it just real quick there, Tim. Mm-hmm. Full healthy season would make you believe opening day, right? Knowing who Brandon Woodruff is and what he means to this team.
Yeah, I guess.
Or is it just not getting hurt during the season?
I think that's probably more it. So if you were to say you can get
30 starts,
22 to 27 starts, I think he would still consider that more or less a full season.
But Tim, like when you trade Freddie Peralta, you got to be expecting more than that, right?
But however, look at the innings pitched for Peralta.
Right.
On a weekly basis, a lot of people are talking about. I was talking to our buddy Pipebomb about this, and he brought up a good point. Yes, you have to replace that ERA and those wins, that record from Freddie. But in terms of innings, and that's the one thing that I think a lot of baseball fans are beginning to understand here, that you hear that term innings eater.
Right.
Someone's got to soak up these innings, guys. There's 162 games and 9 innings in each of those games that you're going to have someone eat up some innings. Right. Now, in terms of that, Freddie Peralta, how many times did we, say, hey, Freddie had a great outing, 1 run on 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 8 through 5 innings.
Yes.
Okay. So on a regular basis, every 5 games, if that indeed is where they're going to go, you throw in off days and things like that. So you have to eat up, another inning and a third-ish, another 3 to 4 outs.
For reference, Freddie Peralta threw 176 innings last year. Woodruff in 2021 threw 179.
So again, you need that. That's the bar. I mean, that's the minimum bar for one of your frontline starters.
Yes.
Can you get that out of Woody? I mean, there's a lot of my buddies that say you get 16 starts out of Woody, you should be happy.
No way.
And it's like, I don't know. This guy has the drive. He's got the money now.
Right.
22 mil for this year. Oh, good for you. But he's learning how to pitch a different way.
Absolutely. And you heard him say that he's learning his body in his older age now. He is excited to get out there. Let's continue on here then with some more of Brandon Woodruff from this conversation.
Threw a little bit of everything today?
Everything. I think I didn't throw the sweeper, which anything. Typically, if something gets hit, I don't throw it. So I throw what the hitter's telling me to throw. So, no, it was good. I was able to mix in everything. I think I faced all lefties today, now that I just think about it. So it was a good challenge to be able to use cutter in, just try to pair some stuff up and change ups and, some curveballs. So it was all good. I was able to get pretty much everything in.
we're talking to Murph this morning. Next step will be like a couple more of these and then the game. Is that the way you understand it?
Honestly, I've gotten to today and what I've learned in the past. I get to today, I'll worry about tomorrow. I'll show up, look at the schedule. But yes, we have a good plan going forward. And I think the important thing is, this was kind of set into motion along pretty much when the season was ended as we got into the off season. And, really had to just wait until I had a normal off season, but I had to kind of just wait until the lat really fully healed for me. So, and now I'm kind of on a trajectory. It's fair to say I'm probably just a touch behind some of the guys because they're, starting to throw in games. But yeah, I'll probably have one more of these and then touch a game. And then it's just, I imagine the next one will be a sim game at, to some capacity and then get into the real game. So.
Okay, so he's admitting he's behind now.
He is.
Some of the other players here, Tim. Is that concerning?
Yeah, a little bit, I would say. We'll see what happens his next outing. Not even a Cactus League game.
Right. Sim game.
Yeah. That's basically just pitching to live hitters. We'll have to wait and see. I don't want to call it malpractice, Tim, because that seems extreme. But I am a little disappointed, I guess. Like, if you're going to trade Freddie, I'm cool with it. I just want Woody to be ready to go then during that. Yeah,
And again, I think the return for Freddie was great, what they got for him. I'm excited to see what Sproat can do. I'm excited to see what Jet Williams can do. I just don't want the Brewers to find themselves picking like, well, which guy are we going to throw into this fire in the rotation then at that point, if you're still looking for an ace at this point?
I mean, I would have felt better about that. Maybe we're moving backwards here. I would have felt better about that Peralta deal if Tobias Myers was not involved in that deal.
Okay.
Just another bullet that may be live for you.
Right. If you knew Woody wasn't maybe quite ready yet.
Right. And, you hate to put a bunch of pressure on Woody, but my goodness, you only have him for a year.
Right.
I mean, if he has a bust-out year, great. It's going to help the Brewers. It's going to help everybody.
Yeah, they'll get a pick for him, and it'll be great.
Right, and then he's going to go via free agency.
Yep.
However, with the injury past, because he now has one.
Yep.
What's funny is the front half and maybe a little bit more of his career, he never had any arm issues. Elbow, shoulder, wrist, nothing.
Workhorse. Yeah.
And so now he's got that. Maybe it's affordable for the Brewers, but at that same point, it's a risky sort of bigger money contract. And the Brewers do have enough young pitchers where you're probably going to see Woody exit after this year. But again, would you run him into the ground? I guess now would be the time to take him slow. When do you really, truly need that guy?
Fall.
That's right.
Yep.
Because the Brewers have made a habit of winning a bunch of baseball games in the regular season, and then comes the postseason. So, if that's the plan, which is what I'm going to guess is the plan, that's going to be my guess.
Well, he gets asked about opening day coming up here. Let's finish up this Brandon Woodruff.
My goals, their goals, I think are pretty much the same, and that's to get through this year healthy, and we're going to do with that, whatever that looks like and takes.
And does that mean not necessarily opening day? Are we all?
I think it's too early to say right now. It's up in the air right now. I know that term's used a lot, but like I said, there's one goal I have this year, and that's to be healthy. All the other stuff is kind of just comes along with it. I want to be available at the end of the year when it matters most. And, what that looks like here early on could be a little bit different. There's nothing set in concrete, though. So all I know is I threw 25 pitches today live. I feel good. Feel good after sitting here talking to you guys. That's a great sign. So I'll just continue to build off that and progress.
Well, Tim, I will say this, my main goal for Brandon Woodruff as well is to stay healthy. right? It absolutely is. It felt like with the confidence to move Freddie Peralta, they kind of assumed that health was maybe progressing a little bit farther with Brandon Woodruff than it seems like it may actually be happening.
Well, and you heard him talk about what we just referred to as late in the season. That's where he wants to be, and that may take a different path early on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is all by design. This has got to be by design.
Really? It's all smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, I think it's by design, taking him slow. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't start until game number 9 or something.
Maybe like a Quintana-esque schedule is what you're saying?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just take a week and then let someone else do it. So now, if that's the case, Tim, they're putting the Miz on the mound.
I would turn
him
loose. I mean, because the potential is there for him to be the opening day starter then for the next, however, just pick a number, however many years.
And it would just be the electricity in the building.
That too, yeah.
I don't know if we have Rick Schlesinger listening, but if you're trying to sell tickets, probably put Miz on day 2, right?
Probably.
Just because, the drop-off that kind of happens with game 1 and game 2.
Yep.
But as far as the moment that it could be of opening day Jacob Mizorowski on the bump for Milwaukee,
man.
He might throw 110 miles an hour on opening day.
He might.
But
I think maybe a Priester makes sense to me also.
Did he earn it maybe more than Miz did?
Probably. I think he's less volatile would be the way I'd put it.
Well, remember, the moment was it was pretty big for him in Chicago, and it's different than than starting at American Family Field. And on opening day, and Quinn was awesome last year, right? How many times do we bring up how they won 19 straight games with him on the mound last year?
Amazing. A huge part of how they got on the 29-4 run.
Right. And I think objectively the most improved player from a year before what he was doing to the next year of what he did. I'm just saying that from like the moment that could be created, putting the Miz on the mound, he would have to be the youngest opening day starter, I would imagine, right? I don't know. I don't have that in front of me, but I would love to know anyone who is younger on the mound to get the first game of the year. But Jacob Mizorowski opening day for the Milwaukee Brewers in 2026. While I hope it's Brandon Woodruff, the electricity of it being the Miz it's enticing.
Those probably are your 3 choices, though, Tommy. Once you think about it, it's Woody, it's Miz, it's Priester. Because do you see them? Well, it's Kyle Harrison, your opening day starter in the 26 championship season. Chad Patrick will get the nod here.
Elvin Rodriguez started the home opener last year.
The home opener, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody in the hunt for the opening day starter outside of those 3.
No, it's going to. Well, and if Woodruff's healthy, it's not a discussion. The discussion is it's over. It is Brandon Woodruff. But then if it's not, now it's between Quinn Priester and Jacob Mizorowski, I think. And that I don't know how you could go deeper than that. I love Chad Patrick, and I can't wait for him to be a part of the rotation. But I don't think he gets opening day. And the same with Kyle Harrison. Excited to see what that young lefty can do in this Brewers rotation and get a little year of Chris Hook under his belt too. But I think if you let Miz loose on opening day, that building, it might be must-watch television.
Front of the lineup, heavy lefty for the Chicago White Sox. Your opening day starter will be an opener in DL Hall.
Oh, my God. If Aaron Ashby is the opener for opening day.
There you go. Yes.
The only way that they could make that more awesome, Tim, was if they do like a 2018 NLCS and then they bring Woodruff out.
One hitter.
Right. Yeah. Like Wade Miley, but it's Aaron Ashby. And then Woodruff comes out and the music goes and the town goes crazy for that.
But I do think I'm with you on Mizorowski for the hype and the whole 9 yards of opening day and Brewers baseball being back. And it's a first time they've had an opening day game at home here for a few years. And it's against the White Sox, although, still a baseball game, as we know.
Is it weird that they have like 10 games? Is it 9 games in a row against the American League to start?
I don't understand how that works. I'm not a big fan of it. But I do like, though, late in the season, the head-to-head in division. I that part of it, if this is the cost of doing it that way, then I guess, but you can't mix it up a little bit even. And again, just to clear things up, a lot of people wonder, well, why do you have a day number 2? You open up on a Thursday, Friday's an off day. I think they want to keep that uniform around the league, just, day 2 to cover rain events and snow and weather. And that's pretty much why they do that. But again, why you would schedule a bunch of games in Cleveland, Chicago, early on.
Tim, I don't mean to sound like I'm aging you when I ask this. That White Sox rivalry, how much does that live in you still?
A little bit.
Okay.
The Cub thing just took way over, but it was intense.
Okay, because I've heard those White Sox days, like when they were in the American League, they could get after it.
The aforementioned community night, I think it might have been a Kenosha night in which the Brewers and White Sox got in a big brawl.
Right. I knew there was one big fight that goes on with those two, but I mean, growing up, the Brewers were in the National League my entire life, and so the American League jump, like the White Sox, just were the White Sox, right? Yeah, I didn't have anything that was against the Chicago White Sox. It was always Cubs Cardinals for all those years. Now, like, we're starting off with the White Sox, so there's still fans who are like, God, I can't stand the White Sox.
I think they're dwindling. I really do. And I think what might be above that is the Brewers were in the American League East.
Yeah.
And so it was Yankees. It was the hated Yankees.
Well, everyone, no matter what, you're going to not like the Yankees, right?
But there was some bad blood in the 70s between these two teams. Mike Caldwell against Reggie Jackson, and now I could go on and on about that rivalry. And they faced each other in the postseason, and I mean it was big time. Or Boston was more of a polite sort of thing.
Oh, and the Brewers in the American League, Boston still wasn't winning the World Series.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. And the Minnesota Twins, based on geography, that was kind of a rivalry too. And I think that still maintains a little bit, especially in the northern part of our state.
Yeah. The Hudson or the DMZ line of Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Key element to the Brewers, Andrew Vaughn. I think that's in part correct, but maybe a bigger key element might be Garrett Mitchell, and we'll have some information about Garrett Mitchell on the other side here. We'll hear from Garrett Mitchell as we move along. Hot Stove Weekly. There's Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, talking Brewers tonight. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Talking Brewers baseball tonight. There's Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen. Oh yeah, we're talking about Brandon Woodruff being the opening day starter. That's just a great conversation. It's just a great conversation, period, talking Brewers baseball. We're going to have some Garrett Mitchell audio for you here in just a second. A lot riding on that center field position, or is there? We'll get to that in a second. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. We say hello to James. James, what's going on?
Yeah, Tim, how many wins do you figure that, or starts do you figure for Woody there this season if he's healthy?
How many wins or how many starts?
Starts and wins. Is he going to participate in this season? I mean, if he's healthy, is he going to be the one of the main pieces in that pitching staff, or if he's not healthy, is he going to be just we're counting on him for wins, and he's not going to be there? That's going to be a difference of us getting somewhere or not.
Well, make the numbers say what you want. My heart says MLB's comeback player of the year. How about that?
That sounds good.
It goes like 16-6 with a let's call it a
289.
I was just gonna say 289. Holy crap!
Well, that would be awesome, Tim. We all could live with that, couldn't we?
For sure. But just cross your fingers. I mean, he's a good dude. He's longest tenured Brewer here. And he's a guy you want to root for. He really is. And not just because you're a Brewer fan, just because you're a Woody fan as well. But James, thank you. We'll talk to you throughout the season for sure.
Hey, Tim, take care too. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thanks. All right. So I know a couple of years ago, you read the national guys and they do picks to click and what's the X factor and all these topical sort of things that are put on baseball. And now you look at what is important. We might break it down to more simplistic terms. What is really, really valuable or important for the Brewers offensively? When we talked about the pitching staff. But now Garrett Mitchell, his name is popping up again. Mm-hmm. Because if you go back heading into 23 and 24, it was Garrett Mitchell. How about this? I remember reading this a few years ago. Breakout candidates for all 30 teams. Well, Garrett Mitchell was just about on all the top of the list when it came to the Brewers. And here he is again, Tommy. It is sort of Garrett Mitchell's time now. It's time.
You sound hesitant when you say that.
Well, just because of the pavement before today. I mean, it's been bumpy,
right?
And injuries you can't predict them, and it sucks, and it's ruined. It's ruined a lot of baseball players' careers. It just has, because what it costs you is not just the playing time or the maturation, the experience, the ABs, the games under your belt, just all of that goes into it. It blows your confidence and it blows your opportunity.
Well, and looking at what Garrett Mitchell has done, it's crazy to think, Tim, this will be his somewhat of fifth different MLB season.
Yeah.
2022, 23, 24, and 25. Obviously, he has the 2022 year when he comes up in the back end in September and he sets the league on fire. Maybe the Brewers on fire. The league might be a stretch, but 311 batting average. He's an 832 OPS guy. He had some massive home runs, and then he got left off that playoff roster. Remember, and everything was all over the place. 2023, he only played in 19 games. In 2024, 69. That's his career high. And then last year, just 25 games before we lost Garrett Mitchell for the rest of the season as well.
And so now you look at some of these articles, as I said, national guys. USA Today had this the other day. One thing to watch for all 30 teams. Is Garrett Mitchell ready to roll? Is the headline in the Brewer department there for one thing to watch. At one point, Mitchell was one of the fastest men in baseball by a metric, and a young building block for a typically youth-heavy Milwaukee Brewers organization. And then the injuries kept coming and coming, culminating in a miserable 2025 when he aggravated an oblique injury and then aggravated a shoulder injury during a rehab assignment, resulting in season-ending surgery. Without him, the Brewers won, it says here, 95 games. Come on, USA Today. 97.
Figure it out.
Saying. And reached the NLCS. Yet nothing is permanent in Dairyland save for the cow pies.
I mean,
thank you, guys.
Like, what? That was actually written?
That was written in there.
Have they been to Milwaukee? Have they? No shot.
They really, I think, I don't know. Sometimes the rest of the nation just thinks Iowa and Wisconsin is just all farms.
Right. Right.
Everything's farm.
Yeah. It's like, have you ever stepped in a cow pie in the city of Milwaukee? You're more likely to step in a human pie at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk about pies? I can expand on that a little bit. The article goes on. Isaac Collins was dealt to Kansas City, taking 441 plate appearances with him. Now, Jackson Chourio slated to slide over to left field, leaving the majority of center field at-bats to Mitchell. 20th overall pick in 2020. Mitchell has an adjusted OPS that is giving elite potential.
Okay.
Now, this is what we've been living on here, that the potential is there for Mitchell. But he hasn't even stayed upright to truly run on the new stolen base rules introduced in his second season. A spry and healthy Mitchell roaming Maryvale and then Milwaukee is way overdue.
Way overdue right now. And he got his first action just a day ago, ended up drawing a walk in his first game back since the injury in 2025. The Brewers beat, able to talk with him a little bit here too. Here is some of that, Tim.
It's still spring training, but it's still a game. How did it feel?
Felt great. Felt normal, no issues. Felt just, I was excited to be back out there today. So it was fun.
Garrett, the dive, you reach with the right hand. Is that by design?
No, that's actually, so I looked at the jersey, like it's actually pretty like parallel. So like usually when I dive, it's mostly on my right. So that was actually probably a pretty even slide. So I got down on both, but the outside's open. So it's probably a little bit like that. But.
Okay. I'm going to stop it right there. Tim, I hate that he's like thinking about how he's diving in playing center field. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. It,
like you're thinking about it too much, man.
Yeah, just disregard it. And hey, injuries are in my past, man. What else you guys got? That's the way I would have handled it. And really, as a guy, a member of the media, we don't like it that way. We want to hear our questions answered. But that's the way. If I'm Garrett Mitchell, man, to your point, Tommy, I would have just said, I'm not even thinking about that, man. I'm fully healthy. I'm good to go, man. I'm looking forward to this season.
All right, more Garrett Mitchell.
I just saw you and Spence working on it. I mean, like, it sounds so simple, working on my head first dive, but for what you've been through, it seems like a priority a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I had done it was when I got hurt. So the first time was a little weird, but I did it. So I don't remember when that was, the first day of live. So that was the first day I did it. And then I did it again 4 or 5 days ago on the backfield, and it felt even better. Like I tried to be ultra aggressive, like try to make it as game-like as possible. Had Spence get on the mound and give me like a quick turn. And so I was kind of looking for it today too. I know with both those guys, Hauser and Hossie behind the plate, that they both know I can run. So I was looking to, one, look to steal, but two, was looking for them to come over at least once. So then it felt actually fantastic. Didn't feel anything.
Is it like to do it in a game and have pull it off? Is it like, you feel good about that and kind of like a mental thing you can check off your list now?
I think the mental check was when I did it on the fields before that. So like I felt like that was more of the check. That felt like fine. Like you could have done it 4 more times and I would have been fine. Like when I did it, I felt like I kind of dove like butter. Like it was smooth, and it wasn't like a thought in my head like, oh no, what if he comes over here? I try to give a fairly aggressive lead because I want that to happen. This is the time. Like even if I got picked there, like this would be the time to go for it and see how it feels. And I'm going to continue to do that.
After so many months, Garrett, of checking boxes and working behind the scenes, can you describe what it's like to just go out and play a baseball game?
Incredible. I mean, getting the all clear like 3 weeks ago or almost 4 weeks ago was like finally I can breathe. Like I got through what I needed to, like go ahead and go play now. Like you have no restrictions. That was the biggest one. And today it was just a blessing to be back out there and playing. And I felt good. Felt like I had good presence in the box today. Took some aggressive swings and had a good quality at bat. So felt like I pretty much checked everything off besides getting a fly ball today. So that was nice.
When it comes to what's left in camp, I mean, there's obviously still like a full month. Is it going to be a slow burn, or how soon can you what's the next hurdle, I guess? Is it 6 innings? Is it back-to-back games? What's next?
Yeah, so I think out the gate it's going to probably be every other, at least at first. But today was really, I think, the only restricted game. Like today was 3 innings and an at-bat, but it was more just getting out there and getting comfortable again, and I felt great. So I believe I'm playing on Friday again. So I think it's back to 5 innings and normal play. So today was the only one that was a little bit less, but my goal today was nothing besides just go out there, feel good, and see what happens, and check.
Just keep checking. There it is. Check. Also, by the way, all sound today, courtesy Todd Rosiak and Adam McCalvey on Twitter. They do a fantastic job. They're doing a great job, and they're going to continue to do that down in spring training right now. Got to give them their flowers.
Everybody wonders heading into a season where homers are going to come from, where the runs scored are going to come from, who's going to steal bases, and who's going to take that leap, or the quantum leap, as Murph put it to Turang a couple of years ago. We're forgetting about a player that you really don't hear about taking the next step, and I'm here to remind you. We are nowhere near Jackson Churio's potential, folks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and when I slated to go to left field, are we sure about that? Like, I think they kind of liked him a little bit in center field, too.
He was learning.
He was learning, absolutely. Yep. I mean, he's 21. Like, he might be the fastest player on the team still right now. Like, I don't think he's disqualified from being the center fielder on opening day by any means, especially if it is, like, Garrett Mitchell's not healthy or isn't fully ready to go at that point. I mean, with what Akil Baddoo's been doing in this spring training, like, why can't he get a left field shot? Brandon Lockridge even could get a shot, I mean, there's a lot of potential, as I don't necessarily know or believe, Tim, that day one we should be expecting Garrett Mitchell.
Can they take the leap, or can he take the leap? Joey Ortiz. Can he rise to the occasion?
And you are going to buy all this Joey Ortiz.
Can Sal Frelick? Can he step it up a couple of notches? Don't forget, William Contreras is now fully healthy. He's going to really beef up those numbers. No question.
That's the name that I really want to talk about, is because very widely across Major League Baseball, top 3 catcher in the game, it felt like, until this injury last year.
Yep.
And if William Contreras is fully healthy, I mean, he's just a pro hitter. That's Bill Contreras for you. I want to see William Contreras back to health, a guy who wants to play 150 games, catch 75% of them. That's the name I want to be talking about as far as quantum leap, like with the injury history last year, and now what can he do in 2026?
But just because the numbers were what they were for both William Contreras and Jackson Churio, it's like some Brewer fans or baseball fans, they just disregard them when it comes to, well, who's going to take the leap? Who's going to improve their numbers? Again, Jackson Churio, Rengifo, is it in him?
Happy birthday.
Oh, it is his birthday. 29?
Yeah. Yep.
29-year-old third baseman, veteran guy now. But hey, there's a guy fully capable, because we can look at the back of his baseball card and find out he's fully capable, putting up really decent numbers. So we'll see. And a switch hitter too, by the way. Even if he doesn't start every day, Tommy, I like that switchy off the bench. I do.
Kind of feels like that kept Isaac Collins around a little bit longer, right?
That's
At
true.
least.
Yeah, that is true. All right, we'll take our final break here and come back and wrap things up. Another edition of Hot Stove Weekly. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yeah, I can feel it. Love is in the air.
Oh,
it's just flying around.
Love.
the love of Brewers baseball.
Oh, okay. All right. You
Okay.
Valentine guy. I got you.
No, we decided long ago. Can we just skip that? Oh, it's okay. We'll call it Tim Valentine's Day or something.
Oh, wow. You're so humble about it too. That's
Or if you choose Valentine's Day. That'll work.
Valentine's.
That'll work.
Wow, I'm mad I didn't come up with that one.
It's
actually.
very Tim-portant, Tim-pressive, but stay away from Timpotent.
Oh, wow.
Just saying.
Timpotence. Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's not a good thing.
No.
All right. We're gonna turn you loose here, and we'll be back with you then. By the way, programming note: I'll be filling in for John Kuhn tomorrow. Rami Makloff and I haven't done a show in quite some years.
You excited?
I am excited. I absolutely am. We did the afternoon show during the pandemic here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was 21. Yeah, it was spring of 21. And then once the season started, that Rami and Tim show ended. So, but I'm looking forward to it with Rami tomorrow morning, 9 to noon. You, what do you got tomorrow?
Tomorrow's relatively normal day, I guess. We got the Mason Crosby show from 12 to 2. Mike Spofford going to be on there from Packers.com. Should be a blast.
Okay, and then after tomorrow, the next time we chat, it'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. Spring training live starting Monday with help from Potawatomi Sportsbook, 5 to 7 each weeknight in the evenings. You can check it out free on the Odyssey app. And you can check out the podcast, too. All of these shows are podcasted, right? Where do we find them?
Yeah, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Best Brewers coverage. Type in Best Brewers coverage. Get you all the best stuff happening on the Milwaukee Brewers here at the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Of course, all of our shows also living in video form, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio.
And by the way, for those that didn't tune in to the video thing, I have my Miller High Life shirt on.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you hate it. I for sure thought you were going to say you hate it.
No.
Okay.
Well, no, I hate the video part of it, but yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do it, there's Miller High Life right there.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm not used to this. And so I have to look presentable each show. I thought I was in radio, not
You're
TV.
trying to look presentable right now, Tim?
Well, sort of. Kind of.
I mean, oof.
I look better than I did a few hours ago. I can tell you
is
that.
Rough.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen. We're going to be talking Brewers baseball with you guys live from Phoenix, Arizona. Again, brought to you by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Thanks to Luis and the full staff there at the Sportsbook. Some news out on opening day soon. We haven't released that yet, or have we?
Soon.
Okay.
Soon.
All right. We'll see you guys on Monday, if not before, on the 9 to noon show tomorrow with Rami Makloff. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We'll see you from Phoenix on Monday. And remember, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.
Smile.